Hi, I just wanna share something right now. The hell? Uh, First of all, I can't eat proper. I'm making myself dirty, but that's not what I want to share today. What I want to share today is the fact that in one of my diagnoses, it says depression or recurring depression. Now, depression for me, and I've had it, was when I didn't even feel like doing what I enjoyed, like playing my harp, making music, writing music, singing, painting, drawing, writing stories, writing poems, playing on the computer, playing games on the table, watching my favorite shows, those kind of things, going out, going to a concert, taking a walk, taking a hike up on a mountain, traveling. So if you don't feel like doing that anymore because you just feel like it's not worth it, or you just can't even get yourself to be interested in those things anymore, that for me was depression. And I've had that, I've been there. But this diagnosis keeps lingering in my paperwork, and it's not correct anymore. Yeah, I'm struggling with a lot of things. I have complex PTSD. I have dissociative identity disorder. I have several autoimmune diseases and all kinds of other crap. And sure, that also those chronic diseases can fuck with your brain and your chemistry and your mental health. And I get all that. That's fine. But during the years, I slowly lacked more and more and more energy. And I had symptoms that never fit into any of those categories. And then they just went and diagnosed those as psychosomatic or idiopathic, meaning you're telling us you have symptoms, we have no idea where they come from, and we really could care less. So now they're telling me I'm depressed because I'm not doing things that I used to love. Now here's the difference. I want to do those things. I very much would love to do those things. I miss doing those things. But I'm being stopped because my body says, fuck you. More and more. And I had a crash last November after a ridiculous minor injury or surgery, this thing here, which shouldn't have been a big deal. And I have not recovered from that completely. And I've been trying to get doctors to figure out what's wrong, and we're doctoring here a little bit and doing symptom things, and turns out that the last doctor that I went to decided to not even tell me what her diagnosis would be. She put it on her bill, which I had to pay for myself because that is a doctor that is not being covered by my insurance. And on that it said CFS with PEM, post-exertional malaise, which means that yes, I get exhausted by things immediately, but a couple days later, or for me usually it's 24 hours, I crash. Not like, oh, I'm tired, or I'm exhausted after a long days of work. I mean, my legs and my arms get so heavy and they start vibrating, and I start having heart palpitations as if I had a heart panic attack, and I'm not. That's a different thing. I do have those too. I can tell the difference. I am getting so tired that or so exhausted, my brain shuts down. I start losing words. I cannot listen or comprehend what people are telling me, or cannot make a sentence. And it's different than dissociation. I have that too. I already know what that's like. I know what derealization is like, what's depersonalization is like. It's different. And today, I experienced something where I couldn't even lift my arms no more. And that is something I haven't had yet. I mean, they would feel heavy and I would be able to get them up, but not being able to respond at all, that is new to me. And that is scary because I had 2 days where I had to work on another fucking issue that I don't even want to get into right now. And then I wasted a day going to another doctor that another doctor could have done. And I traveled for that. And every day when I have an appointment, I need a day or two in between. And all I want for somebody is to fix that. And I went to the doctor that diagnosed that, and she said, well, maybe it's ME/CFS. I thought CFS with PEM is the same as ME/CFS. I guess not in her mind. And then I broke down. And I started crying. And I told her that my surroundings don't understand what's going on. And they think I'm lazy. Or I'm really just a nuisance for not functioning proper. It feels like I'm an inconvenience with all my issues, with my mental issues, with my physical issues. I'm just an inconvenience. And usually I help other people out, and I'm starting to hit roadblocks there, hardcore. And that is an inconvenience, and I feel bad. And that triggers something that has something to do with my CPTSD. A whole different ballgame. And then she said something to me. She said, you're not the only one. Everybody else with a diagnosis is struggling with that. There's nothing we can do. We can just work with what we have. So I go to this doctor that I have to pay for myself, and I have to pay my labs myself. And she's very understanding, and she's listening. And it turns out, besides trying a couple things that are good for my body, and she says, well, they can't harm, but they don't fix the problem. They fix little things, and that's good, and that's great. It doesn't fix the problem. So now, in addition to 2 chronic mental illnesses, in addition to 3 chronic autoimmune diseases, she basically just diagnosed me with another chronic disease, a neuroimmunological disease that is also lacking a cure. But no, I'm being told by other doctors to change my attitude towards my symptoms. That's where we're at. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to share that with you, because today actually is not only the birthday of my late sister, and also the birthday of apparently Travis Willingham from Critical Role, but also the day of ME/CFS visibility. So I'm making myself visible in that sense as well. So yeah, I wanted to continue working on my songs today, and I couldn't lift my arm. I had the program open, and I couldn't lift my arm anymore to click another button. I wanted to draw one of my newest members of my internal DID system, and I can't pick up a pen. It took me half an hour to carry a plate back into the kitchen, because after I ate, I crashed even harder. I climbed the stairs on all 4s. I have sometimes a heartbeat of 130 while sitting down, and that is also because I have DID, because if someone in the inside gets upset and I am not upset, this body will have a heartbeat that's high. But also, I'm laying down, I'm having a heartbeat of 90, and I'm getting up to the bathroom, and I am doing cardio within minutes. It doesn't feel good. But shit's not being done about, and nobody's looking at it, because most of the people that have that are women. So there's not even a blood test for this shit yet, which I find absolutely insane, because it's apparently something physical, but we don't know what we're looking for, and apparently it's not important enough to care. So if you have somebody that tells you they're exhausted, please do not answer with, I am tired too. Because there is a difference. Thank you for listening to my PSA.